Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I will have this little piece of light right here in my mouth. So I have an article here from the Ukrainian sources regarding another attack of Ukraine of the Snake Island that is now in the hands of Russia. And as you probably know, the Ukrainians claim that they hit some targets over there on the island. The Russians did not say anything about it. And now they say, the Ukrainians say, oh, wait a second, by the way, we hit some more. We're good at it. So let's go and see what they claim. Ukrainska Pravda from today, June 23rd, 2022. Ukrainian armed forces hit another Russian Pantsir surface-to-air system on Zmini Snake Island. South Operational Command reports. A military operation is underway on Zmini Snake Island to defeat Russian forces and destroy their equipment. Source is the South Operational Command, Ukrainian, and I'm quoting. A military operation is underway to defend the enemy forces and destroy their equipment on Zmini Island. Okay. Another Pantsir S-1 surface-to-air missile and gun system has been hit. Another one. Previously, Kirilo Budanov, head of the Ukraine Defense Ministry's main intelligence directorate, said that the military operation of the Ukrainian armed forces on Zmini Island is aimed to completely liberating the island from the Russian invaders. Budanov had previously said that the fight for Zmini Island would continue to the bitter end because control of the island makes it possible to protect the airspace over southern Ukraine. A little story here. When that great country of Romania wanted to join NATO and European Union, they had to discuss with its neighbors and come with some pacts or agreements that they do not have any territorial demands from its neighbors. That means Romania would not have anything to ask from Ukraine, for instance, which Romania has a lot of territorial demands that Romania claims belonged, and at one point belonged to Romania, which is the Bukovina, the northern part of Romania, or the southern western part of, if you want to call it that way, of Ukraine, and by Galicia, if you remember where Galicia was, but a little bit. Anyway, Galicia is to the west. And then they had obviously parts of Bessarabia, which is half of Moldova, that was created as a country by Stalin, Soviet Socialist Republic of Moldova, and then after the fall of disintegration of the Soviet Union, Moldova became a country, independent country, instead of coming back where it was taken from. And then it was the Snake Island. Yeah, it belonged to Romania at one point. So Romania had some claims, maybe not Romania, Romanians, because Romania doesn't have claims because you have to have politicians making claims, and the politicians are weasels and they're on payroll of their masters, so they would not do anything. So they signed those papers and they said, they say, okay, you take it, we want to go get into NATO and European Union, blah, blah, blah. Sell your soul for those guys of institutions that you're going to be a serf. So nevertheless, they did it, and this was the argument that some guys made, politicians and the mass media in Romania, about the Snake Island. And I'm paraphrasing. There's just a piece of rock in the Black Sea that it's useless. You can't do anything with it. What are you going to do with it? It's unimportant. It's just a piece of rock in the Black Sea. Nobody wants it. It's unimportant. Let it be. What are you so stuck? And now we find out that actually it's a very, very, very important strategic point that could be used. And it was not like in 1933 when, you didn't have certain kind of rockets and missiles. It was in 2000 something. I can't remember, 7, 8, 9, something like that, even later than that. So remember, There were rockets and surface-to-air and systems that you could put over there. But Romanians were told by those weasels, unimportant, man. We don't need it. What can you do with that? Nothing. And now we find out that the Ukrainian will fight to the bitter end for that piece of rock that Romania just discarded like this. Where are those Romanians? I want to see them. I want to try them for treason. Misinformation, disinformation, lies. I want that. I want that. All right, so would continue to the bitter end because control of the island makes it possible to protect the airspace over southern Ukraine. Great. Satellite images captured the devastation of Snake Island after the Ukrainian armed forces struck the Russian occupiers' positions. On the morning of 17th of June, the Ukrainian Navy hit a Russian tugboat with a Tor surface-to-air missile system on board and which was carrying people and weapons to the Snake Island. The Ukrainian armed forces hit Pantsir S-1 surface-to-air missile systems, a radar station, and Russian vehicles on Zmini Island, Snake Island. So they will die for the bitter end. Romanians did not even die verbally to the bitter end for that. Why? We gotta go and get into NATO. Yeah, you under my pants lower than they are? Can you? This how it was. Everybody shush, 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 shush. Man, they will accept us. If we're just gonna be more of a whore than we are, they will accept us. But we have to be more. I mean, we have to give some more. It's unbelievable, unbelievable. And what did the population do? Talked like I do right now among one another. And what did the politicians do? What they had to do. And Romania is in NATO. Romania is in European Union. Great, good, very nice. Everybody was supporting, not everybody, most people were supporting that at that time. I'm not saying it was a bad move, but to claim that thing about Snake Island by those weasels, that was all political. I want those guys who to try to justify getting rid and never asking for that again, or at least, you see now there are certain rules that are banned for fast track access to the European Union for Moldova, for instance, and Ukraine. Georgia just claimed that we're thinking coming and joining NATO pretty soon, and pretty soon the Russians will do this to them, or maybe not, but I expect there will be retaliations. But Georgia said, well, maybe we can find with NATO. NATO told them a letter, send them a letter. Maybe you can want to join again, activated Georgia, Tbilisi, to do what they do, right? Is it Tbilisi? I think it's Tbilisi. Anyway, nevertheless, this is what it was. And now they want to join that and say, oh, what are we going to do with Ossetia and Abkhazia? Because we kind of, those are our territories. They will find a way, NATO, to get Georgia in NATO without, bypassing the requirement that you have to have no territorial requests or demands from your neighbors. In this case, they want Abkhazia and South Ossetia, whatever it is over there. So they will say, we want to bypass that. The same thing when, I can't remember what country it was in, I think it's North Macedonia. I'm not sure, I think so. So that it's unfair that certain countries get now different treatment in becoming European Union members, or on the way, fast track, bypass, backdoor entrance, things like this. So yeah, it's and then Lithuania told Russia that, hey, we just stopped your transit trains from Russia to Kaliningrad, your enclave, because there are sanctions from the European Union, and a sanction is a sanction. Really? And then Lithuania is all voting for fast track, avoiding bypassing European Union membership procedures, protocol to get Ukraine. I mean, really? And this is the world we live in. Things could be solved. If the right people make the right decisions, and they have the power to do it. And then everybody's going to be shushed. Shh. Nobody's going to say anything, because why? Vassal states. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, be just, and Snake Island is just a piece of rock over there in the Black Sea. Unimportant, who needs it?